Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Welcome, my friends. Welcome. It is your host, Onuora, ! aka Ani, aka Lapis, aka 344, aka Ankh, aka The Real One. At this point, I change my name every video. Now, I know you're expecting gaming videos because you love seeing gameplay from the best gamer of all time. I know. But I wanted to try something different. So without further ado, let me talk about the time I got ghosted in a week. Cue the music. Now, after I graduated college, my social life took a nosedive. That's because I did my master's fully online. My friends from college all did their own thing, and I'm not the best at keeping up with people I don't physically see, so it's definitely my fault.
You got me.
So, I spent a majority of my time in 3 places: home, the library, and the gym. Now, the gym was and still is heaven for me. I channel all my energy into feeling good through the workouts. It leaves you with that good pain type shit. I swear I spend 99.99% of my time focusing on myself at the gym. You know the vibe. There was this one woman I saw from a distance. We're gonna refer to her as Ghost. Now, pride aside, ego aside, Ghost was bad, you know what I'm saying? But the type of, oh my god. She had a glow to her too. I mean, like, not all that glitters is gold, but let me stop. Back to the story. Now, before we spoke, I would see Ghost from time to time, but I wasn't on some go-getter timing because at first I was contemplating going for her. You guys know how it is. I was finding every excuse in the book why it wouldn't make sense to even attempt trying to look for the perfect opportunity. Things were different this one Friday. I don't know what happened that Friday, but I was feeling myself. Like I was him. Like I was really him. Ironically, I came to the gym way earlier than I normally would, so I didn't think I'd even see Ghost in the first place. But the first time I did see her that day was when I was at the treadmill, warming up, you know, my favorite day, chest and triceps. Normally I do this on Monday, but for some reason it was shifted to Friday. Sorry, side note, I'm actually looking for a good 5-day split, so please put me on the comments out if you got one, please. I'd really love that. Anyway, I'm at the gym. There's a section closed off from the rest of the gym for Zumba and other group events. So at that moment in time, there was no event going on, but Ghost went in there by herself, to which I assumed she went to exercise. So now at this point in my mind, I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity. Everything is in place. I just have to go for it. So as soon as I finish warming up, I pull up to the door on some model trying to be as cool as possible. I'm finally there. In my mind, I'm like, this is the moment you waited for. The trials, the tribulations, the delays. Jump in. Now, as soon as I reach for the door, a friend of mine opens the door to exit. We'll call that friend Jack. Now, Jack and I go way back to high school freshman days. We weren't close like that, but he was good vibes whenever we saw. He actually worked at this specific gym. Keep that in mind. So I dab up Jack and checked in. At this point, the connections in my mind were saying that Jack was trying to spit game to Ghost, and I wasn't trying to be an L-mans if that was the case. So eventually, while we were yapping, chopping it up, you know the vibes, but I say, Jackie, are you going for that girl in there? Luckily, or what I thought to be at the time, Jack said, nah, I was just cleaning the section. Then bro started smirking, asking if I was going to her. To which I said, tight shit. Now, out of nowhere, he told me that from what he sees around the gym, Ghost was on odd timing. Huh? Before I could ask what he meant, Ghost exited the Zumba room and we made eye contact. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, she looked better up close, I'm not gonna lie to you. I did a nod trying to look as cool as possible, and she gave me a smile. Everything clicked immediately. On my mind, I felt like she was feeling me, like she want me. She walked past us to continue working out at the other sections. Notice, I completely forget about what Jack was talking about. Looking back, that probably was a warning from the Most High. That's tough. but it is what it is. Fast forward and boom, I'm at the bench press station doing my thing. You know the vibe, my 1 rep max, 210, 225 coming soon, don't sleep. 10ish minutes later, Ghost pulls up to the squat racks. Now the squat racks and the bench press are mad close. Close as hell. Like adjacent, if that makes sense. Perpendicular. Anyway, I started aura farming immediately. Whether you like to admit it or not, we all do this, intentionally or unintentionally.
What?
As soon as she went to the racks, I was on some Jinwoo timing, bro. Low-key posing, looking to the distance like I was Piccolo. What is he looking at? I usually bench while making faces, especially reaching 210, which is my 1 rep max. I was lifting straight face, bro. It's not even that deep, bro. Now, after trying to gather all the aura possible, I get up to go talk to her. As soon as I stand, I immediately start thinking why things aren't gonna work out. Nervous as hell, but I'm on different timing. It's Friday. I guess there's a boost for some reason. I walk up to Ghost on some Batman timing, and I say, subscribe. Listen, man, chill. I was just saying this in case you forgot. Please don't dislike the video and leave after hearing that. Now back to the story. So I walk up to her on some smooth shit, you know, that Michael Jackson smooth criminal, you know what I'm saying? Now, I swear, as I was approaching Ghost, I could tell she knew I was coming, but she was looking everywhere but me until I'm face to face with her. So I say, excuse me, baby.
Stop the cap.
Okay, chill, okay. When I approach her, I'm like, excuse me, you know what I'm saying? And she takes her headphones off, and I start spitting that game, you know what I'm saying? But something along the lines of, you know, I saw you from a distance, glowing and shit, you know what I'm saying? I had to say something, yeah, blah, blah, I'm some more game. Yeah, it's okay with you if I get your number. Yeah, you're cute. I beg your pardon? Oh yeah, it's like that? It's like that, baby? She want me! So after I hand Ghost my phone and she puts her number down, I'm like, I'll talk to you soon. She smiles and she's like, I'll be waiting. I wish I had some cunning, cool, juicy comeback, but after I took my phone back, I walked to the opposite side of the gym, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Listen. My guy. In my mind, I was on cloud 9. Like, I was feeling like him, bro. After that, I came home feeling like the man. I didn't want to seem needy, so I waited like 2.5 hours. Y'all boys know the vibe. So I finally text Ghost in what I thought was the most smooth way possible. And I'm not gonna lie, I loved her energy, bro. She was an esthetician. I had to search it up. It's associated with, like, of course, you know, skin, you know, the glow, you know, just skin hygiene, you know? The thing I liked about Ghost, like, she was really passionate about it. She would start yapping about the skin. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't understanding what she was talking about, but I was like, yeah, okay, baby, continue. Her looks got me interested, but her personality got me invested. That sounded a lot better in my mind. But we were talking about anything under the sun, and she kept that energy, if you know what I mean, bro. You know what I mean? I knew I was cooked when I started smirking like a goofy when her messages came in, like a fool. Looking back, this was only about a week, but it felt like a long time. I was really locked in. It was crazy. Around the middle of the week, we were yapping per usual, and somehow the conversation of a gym date came up. I don't remember exactly how it happened, but I said, yeah, Ghost, we definitely gotta go on a gym date. Hey, love, let's go tomorrow. I beg your pardon? What the It's like that, baby? I was just shocked. I was like, bet. I won't be free today. Let's go Friday. And she was like, bet. I'm so locked in. I'm so locked in, bro. This girl, bro. God damn. Finally, Friday. I was feeling myself, confident to the point where I wore anything. Let's use our imagination. Shout out Barney. Now imagine a skinny black guy with a tie-dye Shein shirt, naps exposed, no cut, no low taper fade, no skin fade, no shape up. I was already in a deficit. I put up to the gym on some Jinwoo timing, naps exposed. The thing is, she wasn't there at the time we agreed. So I waited there for a bit, trying to seem as unbothered as possible. 10ish minutes later, she hits me up saying, are we still meeting up today? I beg your, okay, I promise this is the last time I'm gonna use this clip for the day. I was just bamboozled. What do you mean by that question, bro? Oh, I didn't know it was actually today. What? So I say, Ghost, if I changed my mind, I would have said so. You know that I'm feeling you? No. I'm not a munch though. So I wave it off as a misunderstanding and miscommunication since she ends up pulling up. I was kind of annoyed, but when she pulled up, I completely forget being annoyed, bro, because she looks good. God damn, what the thing was that when she pulls up, her vibes were low-key off. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just assumed it was just not being familiar with each other. We ironically started out at the squat rack where it all started because we decided to do leg day. Did I say she looked good? Anyway, we were chopping it up, boom, 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 good vibes. But then we went to the leg station. Now, I believe this is where I may have given her the ick and ruined it, but you can decide for yourself. We were sharing machines at the leg station. I completely forgot that I sweat the most during leg days. I always end up with my legs shaking. What? Pause, relax. Listen, this is why I always wipe the seat before I use it and double wipe and spray after I use it. I specifically remember the leg extension. This is embarrassing, don't judge me, okay? I was aura farming on the machine, going hard, keeping the straight face. You know my vibe. I come off the machine and see a big ass sweat stain on the seat.
Is this nigga serious?
In my mind, I'm like, God damn. Mind you, at this point, Jack is lurking, smirking and shit from a distance, and I'm like eyeing this guy to hop off. At this point, Ghost looks at the sweat stain, looks at me, and gives me a face that I find it extremely difficult to describe. Like a confused, troubled, I just described it. Listen, I definitely give her the ick with that shit. Look at that, damn it! So I go to get the double wipes as I discussed. Before I can make a move, she sits on that hoe. The aura I built up to this point in that sweat stain. Our combo after was as if nothing happened, but I wish she said something because I know she was disgusted in her mind. After the leg session, we go to cool down at the treadmill. Moderately paced, zone 2 cardio. Shout out Greg Doucette. So I'm here trying to gather some semblance of hope and aura after the tragedy, and things were okay. Small talk type shit. Then I asked if she was down to vibe at like another area, another place. Like 2-ish weeks from then, since I had to work on a few things. She was like, bet that, we'll talk.
Oh my God, Griffey!
I said, what? She said, we'll talk. Yup, it's up. In my mind, I'm like, yeah. She ended up saying she was down, but at that point in time, I knew things would change. It was as if she was in a rush to leave. Didn't even go to the changing room. I gave her a weak-ass side hug and she dips from the gym. Tough. Now I'm here at the gym looking like a goofy, and who do I see? Jack, in the corner of my goddamn eye, shaking his head. So I pull up to Jack, pay very close attention. Jack said, bro, it's probably better that things ended like this between you two. Huh? What are you talking about, bro? Things are going fine. He smirks and walks off. What is Jack on, bro? So, as expected, I drive home feeling like garbage. What's garbage in Spanish?
Basura.
God damn. I try to text Ghost on some like normal vibes. Things weren't the same at all. She was still good vibes, but I could tell she was slowly pulling away, bro. I didn't ask her about it either, which I could have looking back, but the switch in energy was to a point where I didn't feel like it was necessary. I'm not gonna drag it out. Long story short, she goes from responding immediately, waiting 2 hours, 4, 8, my guy, you get the gist. Eventually, she ghosts me completely. Like, she ghosts up. Ooh, she ghosted. We used to keep in contact on Insta and iMessage, but she left me unseen on Insta, left me undelivered on iMessage, but was posting on her story, bro. That hit me, bro. At the same time, I could have been more vocal and communicative. That felt good. Off the tongue. Pause. Looking back though, probably invested too much energy into Ghost too early. But I don't regret the experience per se. It was fun while it lasted, even though it was a week. Honestly, what lasted about a week. Shout out Tizo touchdown. I really felt that. I mean, after that, I would see her in the gym from time to time. Nowadays, I don't see her anymore. I don't know. It's kind of funny. I don't see Jack around these days either. But, Wait, hold on! Alright, that's about it. If I had to say there was a lesson, don't react to advice without thinking, but don't disregard the advice you were given either. The advice may be a godsend. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe for more of the best gamer of all time. This channel is gonna blow up eventually. You guys saw it first though. Shout out to you. I love you so much. Peace!